I am in hands down the hardest phase of my life right now. I just got laid off from my job.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. In today's video, we're talking about workers have lost everything overnight. I've put all the videos together so that you watch. I'll be back soon to share my true sense.
But I was gonna ask for PTO in March. I think I got it. It's January 5th, 2026, and I just got laid off of my corporate job at 5:05 p.m. I clocked out, and then I got laid off. And then she's like, do you want to meet in the middle so you can give me like our stuff and whatever? And I'm like, girl, I have nothing but time nowadays, I guess. So I'll just drop it off. I don't mind. I'm sure you're a lot busier than I am, as a matter of fact. I'll just be hunting for a job. Like, how do I apply for unemployment? Is that a thing? What job do I go do now? We all know corporate life is like so hard to get into right now. I fought for months to get this corporate job. I'm like frustrated about a million different things right now. But mostly probably the fact that I have no money anymore. What am I to do? Like, there's honestly nothing I can do about it, so I can't just sit here and be upset and sad and cry and complain like I've been doing. Like, cheer up, Buttercup. Nothing you can do. Like, there's just nothing I can do. Anyways,
my company just did their second round of layoffs in less than 6 months, and I want to talk about it. I've been working in digital advertising for almost 4 years now, like 4 years in June, which is so crazy. But turnover isn't unheard of at an advertising agency. People usually use agencies as like a stepping stone to going in-house or whatever. So turnover is pretty high. And the company I'm currently with, I honestly really enjoy. It's fully remote. I like the people. I know I've made a lot of videos about like wanting to quit my corporate job, starting real estate, and I'm still doing all of that, but I need to make money at the same time. So yes, I am still working my regular job for now, and it's fine. It's just not what I want to do forever, and I can make a whole other video about that. But the point of this video is that we just had our second round of layoffs in 6 months, and it's just so crazy because of the world that we live in right now. And I hate to say it, and as someone who works in this industry, like AI could do our jobs for us, and I think it's getting to a point where like clients don't have the money to spend on marketing, and so they're bringing it in-house and they're using these AI tools to kind of just do it for them. And so unfortunately, like, I do think agencies are going to suffer, and I'm saying that as someone who works for an agency. I don't really know what the future of marketing agencies is going to be like, and that's another reason why I'm kind of excited to be getting out of it. Also, it's just sparked like a little bit more of a fire in me to continue building like my own businesses and my real estate, and also to continue creating content, because you know, the content creation space isn't going to go anywhere. It's such a big industry already, and I think it's going to keep growing, and I'd be more likely to listen to influencers, content creators than they are regular advertisements. So all that to say is like, I'm lucky that I am already working on like some side hustles and some other career paths. But if you work in a similar industry, or honestly any industry at this point, like, I think it's always good to have like a side hustle or to work on something for yourself that you can just have as a backup. So many companies have been doing layoffs in 2025, and I'm sure it's just going to continue into 2026. If you need to decide to post your content or start your business or whatever it is, let this be it, because jobs may seem secure, but they might not be.
Good morning, TikTok. I was laid off this morning, quite literally on my way to work. They asked me to pull over on the side of the highway, and they told me over the phone. They told me they would call me back later to discuss severance and all of that, because they wanted to give me a little bit to digest everything, since I was quite literally driving. But yeah, I'm currently redoing my resume, Canva. Feeling very angry, a little bit hopeless. It's my resume, where, you know, all the things. I've cried so much. I've angry cried on and off for like the last 2 hours since this happened at 8:30 this morning, and it's now 10:57. So I guess what better way to spend my time, since I have no job, effective today, then make TikToks. If anyone can relate losing their job. Yeah. I guess the next thing I'll do is file for unemployment, I guess. And I'll just be documenting this, see what happens. What's comical, really, I just posted a TikTok about getting ready for my work story. Fun, work stories, woohoo, we'll do it again, we'll go to one again. Just get laid off today. Okay. I'm getting my period. It's starting today. The apartment we applied for, the application went through. But we just had to provide income now. And I had to tell them that I got laid off today. And neither of us make enough money to not provide income, so we don't get to move. I feel like I'm in shock. I feel like I feel like I'm struggling to like see this as that it's really happening. Like they just laid me off. No remorse, no, just like, yep, thanks for your contribution, I guess. Have a good life. So insane. What a day. It's not even 12 o'clock yet. I guess stay tuned to see what I get into or what I can come up with. It's gonna be me and you, ladies and gents. And Apollo.
Oh my god. I am not even 1 month into this job and I just experienced the fear of being laid off. Like, the CEO just sent out an email where it was like organizational changes to move. I'm thinking that he's adding like a new program, like an alternative to Google Calendar. I open it. He's laying people off. And he says that within 24 hours, you're going to get an email that says whether your role is impacted or not. I got an email. And I'm not impacted. But is this what corporate life is like? Is this what working at a tech company is like? I just got hired. I thought, because I've seen those stories on LinkedIn where it's like, I just accepted my internship position and then I immediately got laid off. And this is a full-time position. Ooh. Oh my god. I see why they say keep applying to jobs even when you have one. Wow.
Okay, so week 3 since my position at work got eliminated, and it was like a week and a half after my position got eliminated. I just kind of like went on to the careers page on the website and saw that there was a different position on there, and I applied for it through the company that I just got eliminated from. And I was asking you guys if you thought that was desperate. Anyways, the lady that was in charge of, like, she was on my call with my boss. She's the HR person that like eliminated my position. She just emailed me back on Friday and was like, hey Mackenzie, I saw that you applied for another position. Are you available to talk about that position today? And so I kind of have mixed feelings that, like, I just feel like we could have kind of avoided all of this if when they were eliminating my position, if they were like, hey, are you still interested in like a different position? I don't know. I just feel like we could have avoided like the whole separation and all of that if they would have been like, there's also a different position, like your position's no longer here, but we may have a different position for you. I don't know. Is it desperate? Should I not even waste my time with the company? Should I just keep applying for other jobs? What do you guys think? Have you been in a similar position?
I just got laid off 30 minutes ago, but like, things could be worse. I'm in Australia right now. I'm on the beach. I feel like I'm a big proponent of like everything in life happens for a reason. And I think I lost this job because I just needed to lock in. I've been letting my physical fitness go a little bit. I've been a little comfortable with the money I was making. I wasn't really being too ambitious. And I think the universe was like, all right, bro, there's only one way we can get you off your ass. We're gonna have to take it away from you. So they did. And now I'm locked in again, like I have to be. The moment you lose your job, bro, you are immediately locked in to getting the other. Actually, I don't know. There's two ways you could go about it. One, you could just lock in and try to get some more money. Or two, you could just become homeless. And I'm not gonna do that. No offense to homeless people, sorry. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, damn, I could either go to the gym at 7:30 or I could just wake up late and go about my day. I had a lot of things to do. But I was like, bro, are you gonna be fat and unemployed? Pick one struggle. And that's just the type of shit that happens when you lose your job. You lock in on everything else. But yeah, we're in Australia now. We go to New Zealand tomorrow. If you haven't been following my page, I've been traveling the last 9 months, but I had a job for all that and they helped me pay for it. So it's really ironic that the moment I decide to stop traveling, they're like, hey, we're gonna stop employing you. I'm excited though. It's a new period in my life. 2026, not starting off the way that I thought, but adventures ahead. Stay tuned. I'm gonna start posting a series on just like unemployment and shit that I be doing and how I'm gonna get back on my feet and get this money. So hopefully it motivates other people to do the same if you don't have a job right now, or you just get to watch me live my life. Either way, it's both fun.
You want to know what a really shitty feeling is? Getting laid off. If you're new to my page, my name is Sam. I am an ex corporate grinder turned entrepreneur, and I would love for you guys to follow my journey. Let's be friends. So 3 weeks ago, I was laid off from my job after working there for 3 years. If you ever want to know what you mean to a company, you gotta get laid off, because let me tell you, it is not a good feeling. You don't get to say goodbye to your coworkers. You get immediately locked out of everything. And it's literally like you are thrown in the garbage. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it took me a few days to get over it. Actually, I'm probably still getting over it. Because I absolutely loved my clients. I loved my colleagues. I loved to travel. I worked so hard for that company. But it definitely put things into perspective for me. And I've made a decision not to go back to corporate America. And thank God that online business makes that so possible more than ever. If you want to know what saved my ass before I got laid off, then give me a yes in the comments.
I flew to Cape Town to get out of the corporate America rat race. Well, I say get out of the corporate America rat race. I was laid off. However, instead of just trying to be back in the States and apply for jobs and do all of that, I decided to take a little bit of a pause and come to Cape Town to recalibrate and recharge my energy. And I understand that that is such a privileged thing to do. So if you are working, here are a couple of things that I want you to do to set yourself up in the event that you get laid off. You are not panicking and in scarcity mode and needing to take a job just because you need to make ends meet. After college, if you can, try to land a high-paying job. And I know it sounds so much easier said than done, but let me tell you, sales pays well. Anything where you are on the revenue generating side of the business, that is going to be the most lucrative, high-paying role within a company. Second thing that you should do if you have the privilege to, and I understand not everyone does, if you have a remote job or you have a job that's in the city that your parents live, try to live at home. I lived at home for 2 years before I finally moved to DC. And that gave me the ability to save so much money. I personally saved $2,000 a month based on what I expected my rent to be. And so after moving out, I essentially had 2 years worth of rent in savings. And that's been super helpful for allowing me to just know that even when I get back to the States, if I don't immediately find that job that feels aligned to what I want to do next, I don't have to take a job out of scarcity. Now, I understand that some people have bad relationships with their parents or it's just not feasible. I'm saying if that does not apply to you, please live at home for as long as you can and save up money. And the third thing is, if you get stocks at your company, try your best not to touch it. Just let it be. Just let it be. In fact, just pretend as if it is not part of your compensation package, because what will happen is, one, the stocks typically, if it's a great company, will appreciate in value. And two, that is also another big chunk of savings and investments that you can have as a security blanket. And I guess this advice is really just make as much money as you can and live below your means for as long as you can. In the event that something like a layoff happens, you really want to make sure that you have 6 months up to a year's worth of savings. In this job market, it can take up to a year. Some people even say like over a year to find a job. And again, I understand some people have student loan debts and people are taking care of family members or pets. But I'm saying this because I know there are people who are like me, who have the ability to work from home, who are making decent money, but they're spending it or cashing it out way too early or just living above their means. If that is you, please do not make the mistake of blowing through all of your money, because you do not know if this job will lay you off like it laid me off, and you don't want to be scrambling. You want to have the opportunity to say, F this, I'm going to move to K-Town and live my best life while I figure things out, rather than I need to now start working at some form of underemployment and hating your life because you have to pay your rent.
Please don't skip the video. Please share, like, comment. I got fired today from my hotel job. I started my hotel job 2 weeks ago. I got fired because due to my legal investor situation, I can't see the numbers that well, and they couldn't provide accommodations for me, unfortunately. My rent is due next week on the 23rd. My check is gonna be small, so I was wondering if you guys could help me out by sending me some money. That way I could pay my rent and my phone bill. Please share this video. Please comment, like. Please help me out. I'm desperate for your help. I really am. I really need your help. Please, please, please.
Workers lost everything overnight. One day they are waking up early, getting dressed, and going to work, and believing they were safe. The next day, they opened an email, got a phone call, or were called in a meeting and thought their job was gone. No warning, no time to prepare, no chance to plan. Just like that, their life changed. Many workers say the hardest part is how fast it happened. They were loyal. They worked overtime. They skipped family time. They believed hard work would protect them. But overnight, the company moved on while they were left in shock. The badge stopped working. The work email was locked. Their routine disappeared in one moment. For many workers, a job is not just money. A job is security. It is food on the table. It is rent paid on time. It is school fees. It is medical care. When workers lose their job overnight, they lose more than income. They lose peace of mind. They lose sleep. They lose confidence. Some workers had no savings, not because they were careless, but because life is expensive. Rent is high. Food costs more. Transport costs more. Bills never stops. So when the job ends suddenly, fear enters the home. People start counting days instead of weeks. Families feel the pain. Parents do not know how to explain to their children why things are changing. Some have to move out of their homes. Some stop buying food they love and only buy what is necessary. Some stop medical visits because they cannot afford them. Mental health also suffers. Many workers feel ashamed even though the job loss was not their fault. Society teaches people that their value comes from their job. So when the job is gone, people start feeling useless. Depression grows, silence grows. Some companies say layoffs are business decisions. They say it is about profit, growth, or restrictions. But workers are not just numbers on a page. They are human beings with real lives. When companies cut jobs overnight, they cut stability, trust, and hope. Old workers suffers even more. They worry about finding a new job. They worry about age discrimination. They worry about their experience no longer matters. Young workers also suffer. They feel betrayed early in their career and begin to fear the future. Many workers try to stay strong. They apply for jobs every day. They update resumes. They attend interviews. But rejection after rejection makes the pain deeper. Some jobs pay less. Some jobs are temporary. Some jobs offer no security. Social media shows successful stories, but not the struggle behind closed doors. People smile online while crying at night. People pretend everything is fine while skipping meals. Job loss overnight pushes many into survival. This situation teaches a hard truth. Loyalty to a company does not guarantee safety. Workers are learning that they must protect themselves too. They must learn new skills. They must find a side income. They must stop trusting that one job will last. Communities are changing. Friends help friends. Families support each other. People share food. advice, and opportunities. In hard times, human connection becomes more important. Government and companies need to do better. Workers deserve warning, workers deserve respect, workers deserve support during transactions. Losing a job overnight should not be normal. Watching this and you lost your job suddenly, know this: you are not weak, you are not a failure, you are not alone. What happened to you is happening to you. This is a wake-up call. The system is broken. Hard work alone is no longer enough. Workers must adapt, learn, and protect themselves. Must vary people more than profit.